Alrighty. I'm gonna wait because last time I thought nobody was gonna be interested in it. A few people started trickling in, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Okay. Your package is ready. Your package is ready to go. So the the facial um, the facial toner is you're gonna like the bottle. I got a new bottle for it, so it's pretty cool. So I'm excited for you to get it. Cool beans. Yeah. All right. So hey, Facebook land. Hey, YouTube. It's Unique Divination. You're watching Urban Mystic TV. And actually, you are part of right now. If you're watching this, it's part of a series of videos that's going into the Urban Mystic Academy. And these videos are going to be helping particularly spiritual practitioners, but anybody who's a small business owner who wants to try to either start a business or if they have one, figure out how to elevate it to the next level. And, I figured I'd be able to help because my first year of starting up, just doing this kind of part time, I made $11,000 extra income, right? I've sold over 500 products, tangible and non tangible. This is including readings and products and magic services, right? So um, I just want to give information, right? I want to give information. I'm on another level. You guys all, if you've ever, known my work or, what I talk about, I like to empower people, you know. So I like to, I like to for business, and you guys to get readings from me and stuff like that. But I also want you guys to be empowered. So, you have the choice whether you want to read yourself or, maybe I want a different take on things. I'll go get a reading from Unique Divination. So I just prefer that you guys are empowered with information if you choose to be, right? So, um, this workshop is called Why You Can't Sell Your Product Online, right? So, um, everything that I'm going to talk about is pretty much from my own personal experience as well, right? There are a lot of things that I did wrong that either I was able to correct on my own or I was able to get some type of help somehow to figure out that, hey, maybe that's not the right thing to do, right? And I didn't even realize what I was doing. So, hey, YouTube world, I don't know who that is, but hey, how you doing? This is a free workshop on why you can't sell your products online. So this is geared towards people who are trying to sell product, particularly tarot readers or, any type of natural products, or if you have a website, I'm just going to give some information on how to kind of help you out. So the first thing that I'm going to get into is pretty much your overall presentation. What does your overall presentation look like? You know, um, I struggled with that myself. I struggled with it a lot because I wanted my page to reflect me and who I was. And it's kind of weird. Like, your personality is supposed to be in your brand, but like, whatever you're selling and whatever your page is really supposed to reflect who you're trying to target, or your audience that's watching you. And I couldn't understand that um, until a few years out. I'm 3 years into the business, and I'm, posting things that I like, but it's like, okay, so just like people we listen to, musicians and rap artists and stuff like that, right? And I know that sometimes we feel like, they're not making music for their fans anymore. They're just making music for themselves. It sounds completely different when artists make music for the fans, you know. And so we have to kind of remember to, you know, make sure that we're posting things that reflect to our, you know, who we're trying to speak to. What are we trying to say, you know? And like, so my first website, because if you're not really sure about like who I am and what I do. So hey, to those of you that are coming in on YouTube, my name is Unique Divination. You're watching Urban Mystic TV, and I'm doing a free workshop on how to sell your products right online. So if you're, hey Melanin, what's up? What's up, sweetie? So yeah, so you saw the title, Why You Can't Sell Your Products Online. So if you're interested, just hang around. This is a no replay. It will be available probably later on for, you know, a few bucks, not too much, on Gumroad, just like my other resources are, right? So my website. So my first website, y'all, it was to me, it was dope. It was awesome, you know, to the buyers out there, it was scary. It was dark. Um, you know, because I'm into, hey Brenda, how you doing? Yeah, so it was scary, it was dark, it was just like it wasn't connecting at all, but I didn't understand that. I'm like, yo, I first of all, learning how to create a website was like, you know, pretty cool to me, right? But then, you know, piecing it together and, you know, making it part of my personality, I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And it was like, it was creeping people out. And I didn't know it because people that I thought were my friends, certain people that I started to network with in the spiritual community, were kind of like laughing behind my back, right? And it finally took me like listening to my husband, you know, to tell me like, yo, that's too dark. It's too personal. You got to like brighten that shit up. Like nobody's going to want to, you know, frequent your website. And so it was a lesson learned. So if you have not started your website already, or I mean your website or your Instagram profile, um, definitely take the time to sit back, even if you don't have the money to do it right now. If you're going to do it on your own, just keep that into account, keep that into mind that, you know, you have to present something that people are going to want to come to, right? So think about the websites that you go to, like where you shop. What about those websites that draws you to them? You know what I mean? So take a sip of water. Yeah, so definitely keep that in mind. It took me a long time to figure out about presentation. I've went through at least 3 or 4 websites, creating them over the past 3 years, because it's an ongoing learning thing, right? And I'm still continuing to learn. Um, so the next thing that kind of stems under your overall presentation is, what does your bio look like? What does it say? You know, if I look at your bio, if I'm looking at it, you know, say maybe one of your posts have gone viral that day, or maybe, you know, instead of 200 people looked at it, for some reason 500 people looked at it, and that will happen. You know, don't ever worry about how many people liked your thing, especially on Instagram, right? I'm just now really realizing and understanding this too. But so you went viral, or a lot of people are, you know, there's traffic to your Instagram page, like, so they click on it. All right, what do they see? Does your bio say what you're selling, what you're doing? Does it describe, you know, can they tell within like 10 seconds if they're reading what it is that you're doing, what you're selling, what you represent? You know what I mean? So think about that. Um, I'll probably have some other workshops that go deeper into setting all that up. Of course, presentation. There are so many different facets that you can kind of cover when it comes to presentation and bio and things like that. So I'll definitely get into that in another, you know, time. Um, Secondly is, do you have a complete product to offer? Um, I know that there have been times where I have tried to sell things that I didn't have completely put together, didn't really have information about, and it really doesn't help, and it kind of shows, you know what I mean, that you don't really know what you're doing. So make sure that you have a complete product, um, quality over quantity. You don't want to sit there and just be putting things out, you know, that is not really put together, because if you do that, then it's gonna kind of deter people from wanting to frequent your page if they know that you're always putting out, product that's not really, put together. And when I mean put together, I mean, packaging. Um, does your product have a proper label? Do you have proper whatever container or whatever to hold it if it's a physical, tangible product? Um, Pricing can go into that. Um, what else about the product? If you were to ship the product, do you have proper things to ship it? Um, so make sure that, and then how, make sure, like, how will you be able to get this product? Will you be able to provide this product always? Is it something that's going to be for a limited time? Is it something that's going to be ongoing? So make sure that you have a complete product put together. Um, Pricing. If you're not aware of how to price, you know, whatever whatever category of what you're selling, you know, go and look and see what everybody else is doing, like tarot readers. See what people generally charge. Sometimes tarot readers, they go by the minute. I usually go by the minute. I think I'm around like $3, three something a minute now for my reading. So it goes by your skill level. Pricing is your skill level, the presentation of your product, the quality of your product, um, and kind of how you're able to make your product appear. Can you make it appear luxury, affordable but luxury, all of these things, information behind the product. Do you have information like, for instance, like what I'm going to start doing is putting together like how to, or just videos of how I create my body butters, or today I put out a little snippet, or me creating my body wash. So you know videos like that, to get people kind of interested. Information, you can hold workshops and things like that. There's so many ways to that's dealing with expansion of the product too. So that's just a whole nother topic as well. So, you can expand on your product, give out information on your product, proper pricing, presentation, labeling. Labeling matters. Packaging of your product matters. I've gone through so many different types of packaging to figure out what fits, what I'm trying to offer to my customers out there, right? So I want my products to kind of feel high end at an affordable price, right? So everybody wants nice, luxury type products. So that's what I'm aiming for, and that's where I'm gearing my labeling, my products, to be. But it took some time to get where I'm at, right? It took some time to get where I'm at. I didn't just come in with, being able to get, glass containers and all of that. I started with plastic items. Hold on, Facebook, my freaking phone is being weird. Um, I started out with plastic containers, and the more sales I started getting, the more I was able to invest and get better things. But the number one thing that I think, especially if you're selling like a tangible product, is to make sure that you get that packaging and your labeling down pat. Hey, for those of you that are coming in, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm holding a free workshop on, why you can't sell your product online. So if you have a small business, if you're trying to sell, tangible, non-tangible things. If you want to hang out and listen, welcome. And this is no replay, right? So this will be gone after I'm finished doing my videos. So all of that, we need to take all of that into account, right? I've struggled with pricing. I've struggled with packaging. I've struggled with labeling. I literally have like folders of different labels I've gone through. Trying to getting rid of different containers that I no longer use. But you have to do what you got to do. If you're trying to invest, and if you're trying to create a business, you're going to go through ideas. Some of these ideas may not work, but you're going to have to go through these things in order to find what it is that you are going to represent, to sell to everybody. So it's a process. It's definitely a process. So I recommend, um, just starting very simple. Like I said, very simplistic. Make sure you have the proper labeling. Avery, I use Avery labels, right? I use Avery labels. I've invested in a printer. I have a wireless printer. I can print from my phone. I can print from my laptop. So these are other things that kind of help on the back end. With your product and things like that. And then of course Amazon. I have Amazon Prime. Damn near everybody has Amazon Prime. So, all of my packaging and things comes from Amazon Prime, right? I get it. And then I'm able to, package my product up, nice little bags and stuff like this. All of this stuff you can get from Amazon. You can get from Michael's. I frequent Michael's. So there are places, that you can that these things are accessible to make your product look, more pleasing, um, and a little bit more high end as well. You know, what else? What else can I think of on this topic as far as complete product to offer and pricing? Does anybody have any questions so far about overall presentation? That's what I've gone over so far. Um, Complete product to offer, and then as far as pricing is concerned, right? What else can I think of? I can't think of anything else as far as those two things. All right, next I'm going to talk about advertising. Um, Advertising, running ads. If you don't have the money to run ads, that's okay. If you don't have the money to run ads, that's okay. YouTube, right? You can create your own ads. That's what I do. I've been dabbling into creating little 30-second clips. You can put all your product together. So that's something that you can do and you can share. And then you can ask people to share, right? So that helps with advertising, um, and getting your product out there without really having to pay for advertising. And then you have going live, which I absolutely hate to do. And, but you have to do it because people like to watch video. We're moving out of the age of reading, and, pictures just don't cut it. So you have to be out there creating video, to get people to be interested in your product, right? Go on live, talk about your product. If you're a tarot reader, go live and do free readings, right? I do it when I can. I'm doing it more often now. That's the best way to get people to, you know, get your product. If you're a tarot reader, if you're giving people one card readings, or, reading by donation, if they want to get deeper into what you brought up in the general reading, they can book a session with you later, right? So, or if you're doing a video about an ingredient in your tangible product, maybe you make natural products or something, then you can talk about, the ingredient, and then, if they're interested in buying the product, whatever, what have you. So there are ways to utilize your live to help sell your product, right? Um, Dropping different links in your live, hey, whatever topics come up, and when you're talking about, a certain part of your brand or whatever. Like, for instance, me having resources now. So whenever I do anything, any lives pertaining to tarot reading education, I can drop my Gumroad link and provide you guys with free and affordable resources. What, a couple dollars, $1, $2 here, some free also. So provide some type of free resource. How long did it take you to get your business off the ground? So I started. So it's funny because I don't think it just it was spiritual, like everything was divine timing. It just happened. And that's why I put out on my resource, which I'm gonna drop, about doing the chakra work and making sure that your root chakra is unblocked, because things happened so quickly for me. I didn't even realize how big that was. I just but so what was it, 2016, April 2016. um that that entire year, like I said, that entire year I made $11,000. It was just side money. It was weekends where I was making like $700 in one day. I was doing spells, I was doing candle magic. Like, my entire dining room table was filled up with candles at one point, and I was charging like $45 for money spells. So um it didn't take long, because I was see, I did all the right things to get a following, but I didn't have the right I didn't know how to keep my audience. And I was following people. Like, I spent that entire, I'm gonna say it, that entire year, I had like almost 16,000 followers that I literally followed, right? I've been through a transition. Like, I had to unfollow a lot of people, and then now I'm going through a phase where I'm losing followers. But I'm not losing followers, I'm losing people that are disinterested in what I'm doing, and I'm gaining people that are interested in my product. So I'm literally going through a transition phase right now, because I just, not having the education, didn't realize what I could have done with that following. And what more I could have done. So but that entire year was just a really good year for me. I wish I would have been able to do it full time. If I would have been able to do what I was doing full time, um I probably could have doubled or tripled my money. I was posting my work. So candle magic, I was doing candle magic, I was posting my work, I was posting the candles, I was doing my little setup, playing music, with my candles showing across my altar, so people know that I was authentic, that I was doing the work, right? And then new businesses, when your business is new and it's popping, everybody wants a part of it. And that was also a part of it too, like the new business kind of luck thing also. So your business is popping. Businesses go through cycles. They go through cycles, right? So your business is not always going to be popping. And that's where you got to be creative and try to reinvent or put in new products or different services. You always are going to have to adapt. And that's something that I didn't know. Also, I was going dead because I kept offering the same thing. And it's like, all right, Unique, you're beating a dead horse, nobody's interested. And so there would be long periods of time where nobody was getting anything. They weren't getting readings, they weren't buying products. Just my little steady stream of customers. I've always had a steady stream of income, but there were some times where there were like gaps, like maybe a week or two. Maybe, I think I almost went almost 3 weeks without selling anything, right? And that's not, like, literally, I was waking up to PayPal every day. I've got PayPal notifications, and that's how it should be. And I should have maintained that, but I didn't know. I didn't know how to, right? Because I didn't have the business mindset. I just came in, you know, and my prices, right? My prices were affordable. I've always tried to, whatever tier that I'm in, I always try to accommodate that lower end of the tier, or to make sure now that I have something for everyone. That's also something. That's also a reason why I've tried to price my shit high. It's homemade. I put my, and then what I paid for packaging, for containers, for shipping, and then somebody wants to say like they don't like really like it is what it is, so make something that's affordable for all kind of tiers. Make something that's high end, make something mid level, make something low level, right? My body butter, it's really great, right? I have it in 4 ounces. I had to make that choice. I had to make the decision to break it down and sell it in 2 ounces and charge $13.50. That's affordable, right? And it's good and it lasts. So anybody that really wants something that's kind of luxury, that's really good, uh, homemade, natural, it's affordable and it looks great. The container, the labelings that I have, everything looks that, that, okay, you paid a couple dollars for that. You know what I mean? So all of these things you have to take into consideration. Um, Let me see what else. So, right, advertising. Another thing that I've done, right? Just like spamming, just posting the same shit over and over, right? No different content, just that's spamming, right? Who's gonna visit a page like that? And you think, and the thing is, it worked in the beginning for me, but after a while, because I wasn't switching my content, because I wasn't leveling up on my camera, my background, quality of my pictures, everybody's like, all right, that's enough. You know what I mean? So um, when you post, right? In the beginning, you should post, like if you're trying to start up, I would say at least 4 or 5 times a day, but they're going to have some type of content. So that you're going to have to put in a few hours. I'm going to say minimum 2 to 4 hours, whether you do 2 hours in the morning, 1 in the morning, some on your lunch break, after work, you put the kids to bed. It's not an excuse that you have children. It's not look, I'm getting ready to graduate with a master's degree. I've got my own children. I'm adopting my nephew. I'm a wife. I have a full-time job. Uh, so it's no excuse. You got to find time. If you want people to buy your product, you're going to have to provide content. You're going to have a digital stamp in the internet, meaning your digital footprint, who you are. If y'all Google me, if you put in Unique Divination, you're going to see I've created a timestamp, right? Or a digital stamp. I'm sorry. I've created a digital stamp for myself, right? I'm constantly going to look in Google to see what comes up. Just in case if there's like a bad review or some shit, just anything, but just to see what's out there. What does it look like when somebody Googles your name? So the more content that you have, you know, that's how that goes. So what else? Right. So content. So content, having a lot of content is going to drive traffic to you as well. Um, Let me see here. Hey, for those of you that are coming in, my name is Unique Divination. I'm giving a free workshop on why you can't sell your products. I've gone over a presentation, what your bio should look like, complete product to offer, pricing, and now we're talking about advertising, right? And I just talked about spamming and how I was a spammer, right? King Ashley Ann talks about she calls it RAM, like random acts of marketing, like just fucking putting out the same shit over and over. So just make sure that when you post, it has content. What is it, whatever it is, and make it pertain to your brand and what it is that you're offering. Like for instance, I just created some new pictures for my body wash, and I literally had my daughter taking pictures of me washing up in the shower. I washed my hair with it. This body wash is amazing. Like it's not only just for your body, it's for your hair, your face. So I took pictures of me in the shower. While of course, from a certain point up, but lathered up with my exfoliating rag that I also sell. So I'm like, hey, look at this lather, so you got to have content, if you want to create scenarios where your stuff is being used. You know what I mean? So if you're a tarot reader, pictures of people in situations like maybe somebody's crying, like creative. You know what I mean? Don't worry about judgment. Don't worry about judgment. There's always going to be judgment. There's always going to be haters. So you can't let that deter you. So get creative in what you do. Who cares? Somebody's going to like what you're doing. I literally used to be like, why do people watch me? Like, I don't understand it, but I do understand it. You guys like me for information. You guys like the fact that I give authentic readings. For those of you that have bought my natural products, you like them. So I have something to provide, right? Not everybody's going to like everything. Do you like everything every celebrity has to offer? No. Do you like everything that's put out there? No. Everybody has their own what they like, and you're going to fall into somebody's what they like, right? So no spamming. When you start out, you're gonna have to post like 4 or 5 times a day. Make sure it has content. Post at different times. There's a completely different algorithms. Understanding algorithms and how they work too is very complex. I understand them on a basic level, but I understand them enough to know how to get them to work, right? And how to get people to buy my stuff. I've sold over 500 products, non-tangible and tangible products, right? And selling online is a very hard feat, right? And after I discuss this, I want to actually look for an article that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so selling stuff is very hard to do online. And I've been following your Instagram for a couple years now, and I appreciate that. Yeah, and I know you've been a part of my readings as well too. So, yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm always losing my train of thought. Advertising, content, posting, right? Oh, algorithms. So algorithms. Um, I used to be able to post at the same time at certain times, and I would get mad. It was times where I was getting like 15,000 views on a post, 15,000. I've gotten at least one or a couple posts at like 15,000 or 16,000, right? Views on videos and stuff like that. But now the way that they have it, if you're posting at the same time, the algorithm thinks you're a computer, right? So it like thinks you're a robot. And so your stuff gets pushed to the side. So now you got to learn to post at different times, be random with it. And that's what I've been, doing. I've been learning, I've been random. And for those of you that want to follow my journey, I now post my insights of how many people follow me, how many clicks and all of that. I post it in my story because I want you guys to see that what I'm talking about really works, that I'm not out here just saying things because I just want to give y'all this information. I've literally, like I told y'all, created a business. I'm running it, and I'm currently going through a transition, a phase 2 of my business. I've acquired enough information where I can help you guys level up too, right? And maybe even surpass me. Who knows? Because I'm giving you the information that I had to stumble to get, and I'm giving it to y'all for those of you that are just starting out, right? Or just so please don't make the mistakes that I make, right? I mean, if you're the type of person, but I'm giving this information so that you don't have to struggle. Even though I'm 3 years in, I feel like if I would have had it sooner, I could have done better. But everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. So it's all good. All right. So no spamming. And then let me get to this article real quick. If I can, what's up on my, here we go. Get to this article. All right, so I put the face of the article on my I put the face of the article in my storyline, and I'm about to drop this in the comments real quick on YouTube. But this article, this article is about an influencer with 2 million followers who could not sell 36 t-shirts. All right, and this is dead ass. This is for real. This is no joke. So for those of y'all that are within the illusion that people have a lot of followers, that they're selling mad stuff, I just want to break that illusion right now for you. There's a lot of illusions that have been broken for me becoming a seller and creating content and networking and working with people. Everybody that has a business or is in the spiritual community, for that matter, um, they can be shady people and just So as y'all see, I kind of try to stay to myself because I don't have time for that stuff, right? But an influencer with 2 million followers couldn't sell 36 t-shirts and Twitter is not okay. All right, this article came out May 29th, 2019 from Cosmopolitan. Um, Twitter is freaking out thanks to an influencer named Ari with 2 million followers being unable to sell 36 t-shirts. Ari has disabled her Instagram comments due to insane amounts of trolling, right? Today, and confusing math problems that I'm 100% too exhausted to solve, right? Trying to figure out why this girl with 2 million followers couldn't sell 36 t-shirts. And before I even go more into the article, what's crazy is I was caught up in that illusion, like I said, that you have to have if you have all these followers, people are gonna like magically come buy your stuff. So when I first started out, I was buying followers. Right? I think I bought maybe what, 2, 3,000 at the most, right? Because I'm thinking like, okay, if I have more followers, people will follow me and all this other stuff, and I'll be able to. No, it doesn't do anything but create ghost followers who don't like your stuff. It drives down your percentages on your insights. I didn't know anything about insights. And I didn't know that Instagram does sweeps and will take away your followers also, which has already happened before. So these are things that you don't want to do. You don't want to do it, right? You don't want to do it. Don't do it. Don't buy followers, because it doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you don't know how to sell your product, you're not going to sell it, period, right? And so she, the girl, I guess, the Instagram post she deleted explained that no one had kept their word and ordered her shirts despite getting such good feedback, and now that the company won't be able to send orders to people who actually bought shit. She also added, the people who I thought would support me really didn't, nor did they share any of my posts. All I asked for. Okay. Nobody cares because you want to sell things, right? Everybody wants to sell things. There are so many people right now just creating mad businesses about any damn thing. I've seen people try to sell air. Shit, they ain't trying. So, um, so with that big of a following, she could have did so many different things. She could have built like a campaign. She could have did a challenge. She could have did email. She could have did something, but she didn't do anything. At the bare minimum, I could have sold more than 36 t-shirts, right? uh, with just the information that I'm giving you here. And apparently, she didn't even have that. So, don't get fooled. Don't think that you have to have a mass following. As King Ashley Ann has said, it's prosperity over popularity, right? Prosperity over popularity. So don't get caught up in that. You want people coming to your page or your website or your Facebook page that want to buy your product. You don't want people to just come and like it. We all get caught up in that. How many likes that we get? Okay, I've got people. All right, so I got a story, because I have people. I guess I have like followers, and I guess I have like people who like fans. I don't know. I don't even want to say that. It's weird. I guess that's why I get like weirded out. But I have people that like really look forward to my pictures of me smiling, makeup and stuff like that. And so there's one particular person that follows my page, and I guess he has like a crush on me on something. So he's been following my page since I can't even remember, right? And so finally I just said, because he has locks and a beard, and he's in my DMs, and I'm like, look, bro, you in my DMs, why don't you buy something? You talking about you like me, you support me, So I was able to convert him into a buyer, and he ended up buying the beard oil. So it's like, you're gonna have people that just are gonna like your shit. They're never gonna buy, that maybe they like your pictures, whatever. But and so we need to kind of we always want people on our page, but you want to make sure that you are getting the people who want to buy your product. That's what's most important, right? So just remember that, share that article. And like I said, for my business people, don't be deterred. Don't be deterred by the illusion that is put out there, right? And that's why I'm here to break that shit, because it's an illusion. It's a fucking illusion. Let me stop cussing. This is supposed to be a workshop. Um, um, so next is videos over pictures. I get passionate, right? Videos over pictures. This, if you guys have been following me, know this has been a challenge for me. Right now, you know, it's a few people watching, but, available for replay, or whenever I go live and do my readings, I get more people that follow me because I go live. I pop up. I don't know where I pop up at in YouTube land or Instagram. Well, Instagram land, how they do their algorithms to search for the people who like your stuff. But I get a bunch of new followers. Just the last time I went live on Saturday, I got like 15 subscribers, right? So it's very important. To create video content and to go live and present your product when you can, right? So what else? Again, like I said, I've been putting out little 30-second clips. I've got enough content now, and content is important. Taking your products, taking different kind of pictures of them. Be creative, no matter how shitty you think they are. Put them out there. I've taken pictures that I've had to say, okay, what was I doing when I made that picture? Take that down. That looks horrible. But you never know until you got to see how people respond to it. That's a part of a business. Take it personal, right? It's a business. So make sure that you have enough content where you can create little 30-second clips, right, of your product. If you're able to have brand ambassadors, which it really doesn't cost. It doesn't cost anything to get a brand ambassador, y'all. Depending on, I've been a brand ambassador for companies. They charge me $20 per a post that I do. If I do a post or two posts, they'll give me $20, and I get the product, right? So I have two ambassadors, right? So they get free product if they post a certain amount. They get a certain amount per post. If they sell, they've got a code for their anybody who purchases anything through them. The people that purchase through them get a certain percentage off. They get a certain percentage on the product. So if you're able to do something like that, then you can also do that to get the word out, right? Make sure that your brand ambassador is someone who can target the audience that you want to buy your product, right? What else? Video. Yeah, so video is very important. If you're an introvert, if you don't feel comfortable in video, sorry to say, tough it out, because I'm doing it. If I can do it, you can do it. You'll always hear me talking about anxiety. It doesn't go away. I had anxiety in the beginning of the video. I took a breath, I drank some water, and I kept it moving. It's going to happen, right? Especially if you're an introvert. I have the ability to speak. It's just that when I'm not comfortable, I can't gauge my audience because I'm talking to camera. So that's where my anxiety comes into, because I like to gauge how people are viewing me and my content. So that's why I have anxiety, if I personally want to bring up why I have anxiety. So those are my little demons, right? And if I can live through mine, you can live through it. I'm not dead. I'm not in the hospital. I'm not having a heart attack. Okay, I had some little uncomfortable stuff in my tummy. I took some breaths and I kept it moving. Practice. That's why I do the videos that I do. Some of you guys may be like, why is she doing all those damn celebrity readings? Especially them BTS. If there's any BTS people in here, right? I have no idea who BTS is, but these kids kept requesting it, so I did it because it enhances my ability to do tarot readings, and it makes me more comfortable to interact with certain audiences. I don't care about BTS. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care, but it's bringing views to my channel. I'm reaching a different audience. So maybe I'll be able to come up with some type of product or content that I can gear towards certain audiences. So there's a method to that. I know certain people are like, when they come to my channel and see certain things, I'm trying to gauge who's rocking with me, who's rocking with my energy. Um, and so that's why I do those different kind of celebrity readings and different kind of videos, because I want to see what y'all want to see me do, right? Some things I just don't want to do, right? But my customers want it sometimes, and sometimes I just gotta bite the bullet, like the video, right? Um, these last three are very important. All of this information is important, but the last three are extremely important. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. When you fall off, people are not going to be interested in what you provide, right? So I go through my little introvert thing, like I told y'all. And so there's been times like where I've just deactivated my account. It's a business account. I'm running a business. I can't just close up shop, right? Like I literally have an LLC and I'm like, nah, I don't feel like this. And I just deactivate it and just disappear, right? It was good for me mentally. Did I really need it? No, I didn't. I think I was just trying to run because I was afraid. I didn't realize why I was losing followers. I was embarrassed, like, oh my God, I'm losing my following. I'm worrying about my popularity. I'm not worrying about prosperity, right? So I was struggling with my image of, and my brand, and I was just going through a whole bunch of things. So I deactivated the account because I didn't want to see me lose people, lose followers, right? Because I know there are literally people out there that watch and try to see your demise. I'm thinking I'm going through a demise. I'm going through a transition where I'm targeting the key people who want my stuff. I spent a whole year of just following random people, which I thought, okay, I've got like 16,000 followers and all of that. And then, like I was saying, I bought followers too to add to that. So I've just got random people, you know. Um, and so now I'm going through a transition where people, and literally, all of my new products, my natural products, I'm selling every day. I've got packages here on my couch waiting to be picked up. I ship from home. I don't even go to the post office because I just do everything priority, right? I have the ability now to just, in priority, it's like $8 another package, but I ship from home. I have labels. I set up an account with the post office. Priority packaging is free for those of you that are, it's free. So I charge what, $9 for shipping, generally, but priority mail is free boxes. They deliver everything to your door free. Um, the boxes, the tape. I buy the labels from Amazon, but so just to throw that out there. But what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I'm always losing my train of thought. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's going on for those of you that keep going back and forth in the room or just coming in? My name is Unique Divination. This is a workshop on why you're not selling your products online. And this is no replay. This video will be gone after I finish talking about whatever I got to talk about, right? I was talking about being consistent. I was talking about packaging. Oh my God. I can't remember what I was talking about. If you remember, help me out. Oh my God, I feel so old. But yeah, be consistent. Followers, losing followers. Oh, okay. I deactivated my account. I got it. So I deactivated my account because I was embarrassed that I was losing followers. I wasn't realizing that I was shifting and I was actually attracting my audience and, getting rid of the people who weren't really interested in what I was selling, just kind of liked what I was doing, or they were ghost followers or whatever. They were going away. So when I came back, I noticed that people weren't as interested in my products. Really didn't want to frequent my page, and on top of that, there were some algorithms that popped up in place, right? While I had my account deactivated, so I thought that I was doing something good, and I kind of like, so if anything, I should have just stopped posting. I should have reevaluated, not kind of deactivate, and just let it go through what it go through. You know, I was too caught up and was too worried about the image and not really caring about how it was running, and was my product selling, and was I attracting people that actually wanted to buy my product, right? So be consistent. Be consistent. Post on a regular basis. If you're just starting out, you're gonna have to post at least 4 or 5 times a day. But like I said, those posts are gonna have to have content, which I talked about earlier. And so you just don't want to be posting random stuff, which we talked about earlier. Each post is going to have some type of content, and it has to be relative to what you're selling. It has to be relative, has to be quality, it has to be aesthetically pleasing, you know, um, call to action in there as well. So there's a lot of things that go into those posts. You're just not just throwing up posts. It has to be pertaining to your business. Your posts have to reflect your business and not look like a personal page. That's something else that I had to go through. There was a point where my page felt more personal than business because I kept posting what I wanted to post, as as opposed to what I wanted my audience to see, or what was reflecting what my audience wanted, right? So be consistent with proper content and good posts. If you can't get proper content, then just limit to maybe 2 posts a day, 3, but you have to post something every day. If you don't post every day, you're not going to bring traffic to your page, right? This is one of the most important things, y'all. That I've gone through at least what 5 or 6 things already. This and the last 2 things that I'm going to talk about is the most important thing to help um, bring the traffic, and that's going to be a whole nother workshop, right? But we're going to kind of touch on it now, on how to get there. So consistency is key. You're going to post every day, whether you feel like it or not. You have to post minimum at least 2, maybe one in the day, one in the night, one in the afternoon. We don't want to post the same time every day, as I talked about earlier, because the algorithms, Instagram's going to think you're a robot. So the new algorithms that kicked in, that's how it identifies you. Before you could do that, I was posting at the same time and I was getting so many different likes and views on things. And once that algorithm kicked in, it thought I was a robot and my stuff was going to the wayside, right? Um, so on top of consistency, we have target your audience. What I talked about earlier, me following all those people just randomly because I thought I had to just build followers, and not realizing that you build followers and you build people to your page by targeting the people that actually want what you're selling in the first place, right? And so we don't understand that at times. And it seems so simple, and it's not, because we get confused by the illusion, what I talked about earlier, which was popularity, right? But prosperity over popularity any day, right? I want money. I don't care about your followers. I've been taking some courses with King Ashley, and you guys should check her out. She's dope. But she talks about, having followers, having clients that have like 500 followers and they make like $150,000 a month. So I had to break out of that illusion, just like that article I talked about that I dropped in there for y'all to read about the influencer that had 2 million followers and she couldn't sell 36 t-shirts. She had a campaign that she was supposed to be running, um, backed by a particular brand, and she could not come through because she couldn't sell 36 t-shirts. She had 2 million followers. How do you have 2 million followers and you can't sell 36 t-shirts? I could do that. I could do that. I could have helped her, right? With just the little information that I know to sell my over 500 products, over the past 3 years, right? Tangible and non-tangible. I've sold things that people don't even buy, and it's a physical product. I've sold readings and candle magic. So target, when you're creating your products. I'm going to touch briefly on archetypes. An archetype is the type of person that would buy your product. You have to create the archetype, right? And creating the archetype is important because that's what you're going to use to do your ads, and how you're going to base, what you're selling to people when you know who you're targeting. Like, for instance, my workshops, um, it may be only a few people on here, but it's the people that I want on here for a particular reason. This particular product that I'm offering is geared towards people who are small business owners. Maybe they're single mothers, maybe they, have a full-time job, but they want more. Maybe there's somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur but just doesn't know where to start. Maybe it's somebody who, is already, has is a tarot reader or has products, they just don't know why their stuff is not selling, right? So I'm targeting people creating this whole thing, you know. So you have to be aware of who you're talking to, right? Do they even want your information? There are a lot of people right now on my channel that are upset because they constantly want me to do tarot readings. That's why I come up with the system, and I have to make sure my titles are appropriate so they understand that this right here is not free readings. This is a workshop. So this is not going to have the same amount of views that my free readings get, right? When I get free readings, I've got traffic in and out, Um, so there's a separation of audience because I know who I want to target. I know that my BTS people that watch those readings are not going to be in here, but I'm talking about generally speaking, right? Um, And just like the people that just like to listen to tarot readers, they don't want a business, so they're not going to be in here learning about a workshop on how to sell non-tangible product, right? They just want to listen to me give their zodiac reading, every month. So know who you're targeting when you're selling certain products. It's very important. When I was doing my candle magic, I was targeting a certain type of people. I wasn't looking for Christians. I mean, at least I had that for the most part. When I was doing random following, I got that much right. I would try to make sure I would look at the profile and see, and if it was anybody that I thought would be offended or something by um, what I was offering, then I wouldn't. But sometimes I would have people pop up in my DMs and say, "Hey, why did you follow me?" Some people thought it was like divine timing from God or something. Like, "Oh my God, this is divine timing that you followed me." So it was a cool experience. If you choose to want to randomly follow people, I would definitely recommend looking at their profiles to see what they're into. If they've got an open profile, following people that like are private is kind of difficult because it's private for a reason. So you'll probably get more luck following people that have open pages that kind of represent what you are who you're trying to, target. So I would say if you're going to do that, that's okay. But generally just like randomly following people like I did, like thousands of followers that I built up that I was so proud of, nah, don't do that. If you're at least going to do that, like I said, look at their profile, look at their pictures, make sure it's an open profile, right? So archetype. So archetype is the type of person that you want to sell to. Like, for instance, I brought up how, single moms or, people that want extra money in their pocket, people that are tarot readers that want to start their business would be the people that are going to be into my workshops, right? Um, they may be people that have locks like me, right? They may be people who are into self improvement, that are into natural products. I guarantee you, most likely, if you're a tarot reader or you're into tarot, you're probably into natural products. Um, you're probably into self improvement. You're probably into reading and getting information about what you buy, what you put in your home, what you put in your body, your makeup. You're going to be very informed, or at least you're getting there, right? So those are things that we look at. Where do these people shop? Where do they shop? What do they like? What kind of movies do they watch? Where do they go when they go out to eat? Right? All of these things they ask you that in the ad when you run advertising, they ask you, interest. Who are you trying to target? So you're gonna have to, I used to just randomly run ads, and so subconsciously, I swear, it's like, my spirit guides and ancestors, like I was just doing random stuff, not even knowing what the hell I was doing, and then when I look back and reflect on it, I understand it. It all makes sense now. So I'm randomly running ads, not even targeting anybody, literally running ads anywhere from ages 18 to 65. Like, really, where's the target, right? But that's good to do, which is going to be a whole nother workshop, but I'm going to touch on it briefly about doing ads. That's good to do because when you don't know who your audience is, you want to run a random ad, and it's going to collect information from you for data. You know how like Amazon and all these other companies, when we're online and we're on Facebook and we just purchase something and then we freaking see it again. You want to run data on people, the type of people that like your stuff, right? And it gives you that data. It gives you age groups. It gives you the percentage of men, the percentage of women. It gives you where, the demographic, where are they from? Are they from this country? Are they from out the country? So I didn't realize that when I was just running ads. I'm just running ads thinking, oh, okay, 8,000 people saw my ads. Okay, but there was no sale conversion, and then nobody clicked the link to, like, to actually go to the website Unique. But I was just happy just to be creating, right? Now I know there's levels to this shit, right? So you want, out of an ad, of course, you want people to view it, but you want people to click it, and then you want people to buy something after they've clicked it and then become a customer. And that's very hard to do too, right? But so the data, is what allows you to understand the type of person that you want to sell to or who is interested in your product. Like I said, what do they eat? How do they wear their hair? What kind of products are they into? What kind of makeup do they wear? Do they wear makeup? Do they watch TV? I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV. I like a lot of dry humor. What else? What else about me? How could somebody target me? I'm into self-improvement. I'm into improving my business. So, like I was targeted. I don't even know where King Ashley Ann came out of. She came out of nowhere. But, self-improvement, small business owner, woman boss, boss lady, entrepreneur. These are, which I'm getting ready to segue into my last and just as important. Well, for this workshop, the most important thing to target your audience and to get people to buy your product. Yeah, I hate TV melanin. So, and I'm always forced to watch it at work, at my Matrix job, because we have a big TV right there. So, like when I used to work by myself, I would be able to mute it, and now I can't. So, but yeah, archetype, archetype. Know who you're selling to. Like I keep saying, I will have workshops that go deeper into this stuff. Um, if you want a consultation about any of this, I'll get into that another time. But so the last thing, like I said, I was going to segue into was hashtags. Hashtags are extremely important. I knew they were important because I was given the guidance by certain people to hashtag it up, but nobody ever told me why hashtags were important and how to use hashtags, right? So I was just using like hashtags and I was using the same ones and, not understanding why, like, it was working when it was new and it was fresh, right? But after a while, if you're not creative, you don't think of new things to incorporate, or, if you keep using the same hashtags, it's not going to drive traffic. It's not going to drive traffic. So you can't even get anybody to buy your product if you're not driving traffic, right? Prosperity over popularity, right? As King Ashley says, King Ashley Ann, prosperity over popularity. So hashtags. So there's different kind of hashtags, right? There's a few. I think there's 4, maybe. I'm not sure. There could be more. So there's personal hashtags to your brand, right? That, like mine, for instance, Unique Divination, Urban Mystic. If y'all see Urban Mystic with a K, y'all know that's me, right? I also have a hashtag for my customer reviews, hashtag / ED customer review. Those are personal to my brand, right? And then there's things called community hashtags. Now, community hashtags are things that like are identifiable to a certain community, like the LGBTQ, or Black Lives Matter, or something that helps represent some type of community, right? And then you have like informational hashtags, like, alkaline diet, things that will help give you information. Um, and then what else? I said there was four, but I can only think of three at the time. Oh, and then no, I've got all four of them. And then like little quirky ones. Hey, for those of you that are popping in, my name is Unique Divination. This is a free workshop. No free readings tonight. This is a free workshop on why you can't sell your products online. I've gone through at least 8 or 9 things to help you in selling product. And this is a no replay video. So unfortunately, if you leave or if you don't have me on YouTube Red or running in the background, hey, Hala, you will not be able to see this, right? And so I'm talking about hashtags. So the last number 4 is like little quirky type. But there's a catch. So if you hang on to the end, I'm going to show you how this will be available again. Okay, so don't worry about it. But little quirky ones, like for instance, this past weekend I did a post about on Saturday for Saturday Vibes, Weirdos Unite. And then I was able to put my personal hashtag. I did Weirdos Unite, targeting a certain community. Saturday Vibes. It's Saturday. So then I've got a third hashtag in there, right? And then maybe I probably threw in like another community one or something like that, like vegan or something like I'm trying to attract. So, and then they don't tell you, but I think you can do at least like 30 or 31 hashtags per post, right? And so you're gonna have to hashtag it up. So you're gonna have to be creative. And one way to figure out how to target and how to use relatable hashtags is search different hashtags. Put search in different hashtags, and then it will show you things pertaining to that hashtag. And not only that, it gives you hashtags of what's related to that content. Use them all. Okay? There should be no reason. Now, you can use certain hashtags over and over again, but switch it up. Switch it up, get creative. It's going to take time. None of this stuff I'm telling you is something that you're going to be able to do in like 5 minutes. Like, I got this, I'm done, I'm posting. No. In order to get a good post, you got to have content. Like me, I just did everybody who ordered something, all of your orders are done, right? I had a massive sale, buy one get one free, of my toothpaste and my hair food, right? And some other stuff that people got, right? But once I packaged up their stuff, I took pictures. Um, of all the extra stuff that I had so that I would have content, you know? So whenever you're able to create content, find a way to create content. I created content earlier when I was making my body wash, right? Which got shea butter and it's so good, y'all. Like I said, I just washed my hair. Oh my God, I feel so good. But anyway, I just made a video and I briefly showed people the body wash and then like I said, made a video of me washing my hair and stuff in it. And, so, but definitely hashtag it up, search for different hashtags, look for relative hashtags. So what else? I had to take the pictures. I have to get the content. I have to write out what I'm going to put on the post, right? Then, because I think when you're at 10K, you can have the link to click. So it's hard for people that don't have the link. I have where you can put your link in there. That you have to be have a certain amount of followers to do that. But you got to do that. Then I got to search for the hashtags. Like it's a whole process. It's a whole process, and it takes time. And you need tools and resources, which I'm going to be putting together soon. Also, tools and resources, like everything that I've utilized in my past 3 years. I'm going to put it together for you guys for free, right? And it's going to be on my Gumroad, which is right here. I'm going to drop this link for you. I have free resources for how to start a business. I'm starting to put some stuff out. If you're a tarot reader, I have resources that cost like what, $1, maybe $2, maybe $3, to help you build up your skill set level, right? And reading. So I'm gonna post that here. You can check it out. So this is where all my resources are gonna be. And then speaking of that, this is also where this video is going. So even though I'm providing free workshops, which, I want to get this information out to you guys, it's going to be, at a certain cost. So after all of my free workshops that I give notifications for, and this is why I give notifications for it, so nobody can say that I didn't let nobody know. All of my free things, you're going to receive notifications for my readings, which everybody likes, my free readings, and for my workshop, right? Because I got to look out for everybody. I have more than one archetype of people who follow me, right? And so I had to struggle for this information. I had to look, I had to struggle, I had to follow my behind. I had to go through a lot to get where I'm at now, to literally be having, as I'm speaking, I just made a sale, right? On my online store for, it was what, 57.41. Somebody just placed an order. It took a lot to get there and to keep it going. I had to fall for a little bit, not hard, because one thing about me, once I fall, I figure it out real quick what happened, so I could regroup and keep it moving, right? And so I don't want y'all to have to go through what I went through. There are businesses that never happen, right? Because they don't have this information. They get discouraged and they fail and they go away, right? And I don't want that for y'all. So I want to empower y'all, because that's what I'm about, and that's what's been my motto and my mission statement since I've started. My little corny, cheesy little intros, y'all seen it. Motivation, personal healing, personal power, empowerment, motivation. That's what I'm about. Now, I'm about making money, but because I'm a spiritual business, I'm coming from spirit. I have to give back, right? And so this is my way. There has to be some type of energy exchange, right? So this is available to the people who have the interest and who want it. This is not for everybody. Everybody's not meant to see this. And that's for a reason. So the people that are here, I thank you for listening to me and taking everything that I'm saying into consideration. I hope that you were able to get some notebooks. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you earlier. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm trying to get into a little rhythm, in these workshops, but it's going to take time. This is only my second one. So I hope that you were able to take notes. I hope that you took this seriously. And I hope that you learned from the errors that I talked about, because I have to make this relatable, right? I'm not speaking on anything that I haven't been through, that I haven't failed at and turned around. That's first and foremost. And like I said, you can go to my stories on Instagram. I'm posting my insights so that people can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to be very transparent, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to run some type of scam. But for those of y'all that know me, y'all know that's not what's going on, right? But anyway, so free workshops for those that receive the notification and sign up, right? So there's no replay. However, once I'm finished this live, I'm going to put it on Gumroad, right? And it'll be available for $3.33 if you need it, to take notes, and just to have to refer back to, right? Because this information is going to be very important, right? I'm going to take this information, I'm going to build, and I'm going to get more detailed, and we're going to have deeper courses on each topic that I laid out. I put a lot of stuff out there, but this was all generally speaking. I can teach you how to build an archetype. I can teach you what hashtags to use. I can teach you how to set up automated posting. I can teach you proper advertising, what's going to work, what's not going to work. I've been there. I've been through error. I've been through trial and error. I can teach you how to completely package a product. You guys see the products that I have online. They've been through a journey, like literally a story from where I started to where I'm at now, and I'm continuing to perfect my products. I'm constantly looking to bring quality and perfection to my products, right? My overall presentation, I told y'all about when I first started how my website was designed for me. It was dark, it was creepy. I literally had a fucking sorcerer on there with a fucking cloak on. Like, people was weirded out. They were scared. I wasn't thinking about, other people. I was thinking about what I wanted to put on my website. And it was like, this is too dark. And nobody would tell me. The people that I thought that I was cool with in the spiritual community were laughing behind my back, thinking that I wasn't going to be able to sell anything because I was coming out all creepy and dark and weird, right? Which, that is who I am. I'm never going to deny that part of me, but my presentation had to be different. I can incorporate who I am, but that presentation was just, if you want to sell something, it just has to be presented in a certain manner. There's always a way to present who you are in your product, right? The way I was going about it, it just was not, right? So I've been through about 3 or 4 websites that I've designed myself, okay? Nobody's designed my website. I've never had nobody look at it. I've bought information. I've had people that were into branding and marketing like take me on as an experiment and help me out. But they saw that I was trying to help myself. And so they reached out to help me, which I'm very grateful for, right? Just, wanted to help me out or whatever. High level, high end people that were just like, oh, let me help her out. But they saw in me what I didn't see already. I was already told that I was supposed to be a teacher, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Whatever. I'm just trying to do some readings right now. Like, people spoke what I was supposed to be doing at a time where I couldn't even see it, where I wasn't even mentally able to because of my anxiety and just being an introvert and just worrying about being judged, right? And just caring about the people who don't care about me instead of focusing on the people that actually want this information, right? Which we all will go through that. And that's why I'm here to tell you that that's the wrong thing to focus on, right? So I've done all these things by myself. And all of these things, all of these things that I've done are a service that I can do for other people. So I will be offering free workshops on every single thing that I could think of that I've done that can help people, right? And then I will also be offering those services at discounted offers or whatever later on. So that's pretty much it for this information. Do you have any questions or concerns? Anybody for any of the information that we touched on? We touched on presentation, your bio, complete product, not no half behind product that's not for sale or you really don't know what you're doing. Oh, excuse me, pricing. What are the elements of pricing your product, right? Advertising. We talked about spamming, making sure to have content in each post, right? Posting at different times, making sure that Instagram realizes that you're a real person and not a robot, right? Keep posting at the same time. We can't do that anymore because of the algorithms. Videos more so than pictures. Video content when you can, right? It kills me, y'all. I be doing them videos in my car before I go to work or when I've got some other stuff. Kind of relaxing to me, and I realized that guess what? Other people find it relaxing that I'm in my car driving, talking, so people like different things, right? So just try around. And I just said, let me try just driving, so I do different things. I try out different things to see what people will say. Somebody's going to say something, right? And if not, ask them, hey, what did you think about that video, right? Being consistent, which for me was also an issue, is still an issue, which I'm slowly working on and I'm getting results, right? From YouTube, every platform that I'm being consistent on is showing me love back. You guys want to see more of me, right? And so I have to provide that. When you have a product, right? When people like what you're offering, they want to see more of it. Look at the celebrities that we follow or the labels that we follow. We want to see more of it, right? Everybody, we all waiting for Rihanna. Like, where Rihanna at? What her album, right? Where's Rihanna? Right? So, but she's doing other things. She's doing lingerie. But, my whole point in saying that is that we want consistency from the people that we like. We want to see them all the time. we're a culture that just like wants to consume whatever. We love it, right? And I was feeling like people weren't feeling me. And the more, videos I was putting out, I love those glasses. I love when you're in that car, even got some fans, that have crushes on me. I'm like, really, me? Okay, but it is what it is, right? I'm grateful that people like my energy, right? My teeth is shining, y'all. That toothpaste ain't no joke. But so we talked about being consistent. We talked about targeting the audience, making sure that you know what your archetype is, um, knowing who you're selling your product to, right? Literally down to where they eat, where they shop, what they read, what TV show are they watching. It's possible because guess what? When you run an ad, it asks you what your target's interests are, right? It asks you what your target's interests are. Not only that, make sure you know specifically your demographic, right? I have anywhere between 13 to 65 who broadly, generally speaking, that follow me. But if I want to broaden it down, I'm gonna say anywhere between 21 to 36, right? Is my core. And then like maybe 18 to 45 is like my second demographic, right? So I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I told y'all when I first started running ads, I just ran ads for everybody. Freaking 13 to 65. Like, you know how many people that is? How you targeting anybody? That's like not targeting. Targeting means like you're targeting like bullseye. Like you know what it is, right? And so that's a broad thing. So know your age demographic. I know it's gonna be to the point where you know the product, the age, the location, like that's where it has to get at. And I know it seems like it's not possible, but believe me, it's possible, right? The little bit of digging and really looking at my insights and my information has allowed me to really understand my products and who wants them. And it's allowing me to, like check out my hashtags, look at what I'm doing lately. And I don't know if you guys will be able to tell or pinpoint where my page started getting more professional and less business. Like it's kind of more aesthetically pleasing, a little bit more content. I honestly, I'm a talker, as far as giving information, and um, I'm in school, so I fucking hate. Oh, excuse me, I hate writing. I hate writing. So my biggest thing for me online is writing content, like you know, right. And so content, like I said earlier, should be revolved around anything to do with your brand. Like for instance, go to my stories and check it out, right? Like like tonight, like I was saying, I just did a post in my stories, not on my page yet, about my body wash. And I literally took a picture of me in the shower. I had my daughter take it from me, but from here up, I'm all set it up. I've got my exfoliating rag that I sell online. So if you have multiple products, you can tie everything in. So that may also be the product. And that's what I also mean when I get into complete product to offer, which is going to be a completely different workshop already. You have to have more than one thing to sell somebody. If you only got one thing, then I sell sunglasses, and I don't feel like I should post pics of sunglasses I don't sell. Post sunglasses, well, that's for a consultation, but um, let me stay on course, but that's getting more detailed. I would probably have to help you out with a consultation for your particular situation. But get back to what I was talking to. You can, the more products that you sell, the more that you can offer people. Like for instance, I do readings, right? They're about $3.75 a minute, and as of right now I only do like 45 minutes and up. But when I do readings, I do chakra work, I do energy work, I do money spells, I do protection work, I have money attraction oil, I have money attraction soap, I have spiritual products to offer people to help with some of the issues that they may have. I sell chakra candles, and I offer chakra work. I have a pendulum. I can do a chakra check to see what chakras are not balanced. There's so many things so many different services that I can offer somebody. And not only will I offer you a service, I have a discount. Oh, and I have a Patreon account. So if you sign up to Patreon, you'll get a monthly reading. You can get a video reading for as little as $10 a month from me. It can be general or it can be personalized, right? And so not only do you get that reading, you get 20%, you get 15% off. Depending on your tier, it can be anywhere from 5 to 15 to 20% off. Depending on your tier, you get free shipping. So then you can create different discounts for your customers who like your product, because everybody likes a discount. I like to shop at nice places. I have a Macy's credit card. I have all these credit cards, but I only shop when they have a really good discount, right? And that's just how some people are. Some people are not going to want to buy the full product, the full price of your product. So understand that. So constantly run specials, because I know how it feels when you put all this money into your product and then people don't want it, and they want a cheaper price. It is what it is sometimes. And that's why you have to create certain products for different tier levels of different people who can afford certain things, right? When I started out, I used to do free reading. I still do free readings. That's why I do free readings for people that can't afford my readings, right? So you always have to have something that you can offer each tier level, right? Each tier. You have to have something that you can offer. Like for instance, not only am I doing workshops to help small business, because this really applies to all small businesses. The information that I'm giving, like I said, I've sold tangible and non-tangible products. So if you want to be a consultant, this information can help, right? What was I getting at? Where was I getting at? I hate when I lose my train of thought. But what the hell was I talking about, y'all? Oh, so as far as providing resources now that I want to give back and help people, I'm providing a free workshop, which will be available for replay after, but it'll be at a small cost because there are people that weren't here, right? And my energy exchange is okay, I'm doing it for free. But now that I'm going to package it and give it to you at an affordable price so that you can still get it, right? And have it forever. So not only that, then I have my tarot education, my tarot resources that are available, for those. And then, you know, and then I'm making more workshops. So I have so many products that I have created and that I'm going to create to reach out to different archetypes, because you want to have more than one archetype, right? So you can still, for those of my melanated people, my Black business owners, you can still have a Black business and sell to people that are not Black, right? And you don't want to limit yourself to just one demographic, because if you limit yourself to just one demographic, you're missing out on a lot of money, right? So I service a lot of people, a lot of cultures, a lot of races. I service people all around the world. I've read to people in London, England, Australia, Africa, Canada, pretty much, yeah, Germany, I think, Denmark, like places I've only could dream of going. I've actually done readings for these people. So you don't want to limit your demographic. So, and that all depends on how you present yourself, how you present, and that's why I have to make it clear, when I was doing my services for candle magic and for readings, that I am not an African spiritualist, because I would get that a lot. I don't know how you get initiated. I've transcended that. I'm sorry. I don't knock anybody who's into African spirituality. That's still a religion to me. There's still rules and regulations. I don't operate under any religion. I respect them all and I learn from them all. And so I have to put that out there, because I've had people try to tell me that wanted to give me information. Oh, your readings, you don't pray before you do your readings, because I don't want to. And whoever, is getting a reading from me, if they want me to, then I'll do it. But that's not how I operate when I do my readings, So just kind of take all that into consideration, right? What else? What else? What else I can think of? Yeah, so just have different things, and it takes time. I feel like, like I said, go check out King Ashley Ann. She has so much. she has hundreds and hundreds of digital products and things to offer. And it's just like, oh my God, like, but that stuff comes over time, right? It comes over time. My products that I've created, I've been doing this for 3 years. So it's taken me time to figure out what I was going to stick to, what was going to go by the wayside, what is just a collection, what's just for a season. Like, you're literally going to have to think of ideas. Like I said, some things come and go. I have things that are just for a season, just for wintertime, just for summertime, just for spring. I have my steady product. So um, all of these things come with experiment. Um, and like I said, driving the traffic to your page, doing all of these things that we talked about in this workshop is what's going to give you the money to experiment, right? So proper pricing, not underpricing. When I was doing, and like I said, I've had no training on tarot education, but what I've learned for myself. I appreciate your low cost reading. I'm on fixed income. Good looking out. I would be ordering at a different time. You're most welcome, love. You're most welcome. So, what was I going to say? I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, y'all. Shit. What did I want to say? What did I want to say? It was about something. Oh man, I lost it. I lost it. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? I don't know, but it's been an hour and a half. So this was I hope this was informative. Let me know if this information helped you out in some form or some way, something, even if it was just a keyword, a phrase or something, comment and let me know what helped you out, or not even what, but if anything did, and I'm glad that you were able to be here and to be a part of this workshop. And like I said, these are going to continue. I would like to think that Sunday is going to be the time for the workshop. I don't know. This is the only available time that I have, especially now with my nephew. I'm adopting him, so I have to get used to having a little one around and putting them to bed and stuff, y'all. So, we got to do what we got to do as mompreneurs, right? Mompreneurs. That's what they call it. We got to do what we got to do, and we're going to work around this. I want to get y'all this information. I'm going to get it out. This is my last week for this semester. I have 2 semesters left. They're going to let me graduate with 1 class. So I'm glad the semester's over because you're going to be seeing me go live at any given time. But like I said, if you will know what it is, because if you have my notification service, which is texting Mystic, MYSTIK, to 31996, you'll receive notifications for when I either do free readings or when I'm doing my free workshops, right? And if you have subscribed to me, you will also get the notification. But, if I decide to go on another platform and you're not available on YouTube at the moment, that notification will let you know when I'm going live and on what platform and what it's going to be about, right? So, like I said, once this video ends, I'm going to make it available again on Gumroad, and most likely it'll be for $3.33, right? For the next 24 hours. Because this information is very valuable, it's not going to stay $3.33 for a while, right? It's going to go up after 24 hours. That's all I can say. I don't know how much. I've got to gauge how much information was put in here. Will be able to tell me what the pricing is going to be after 24 hours. But I know for right now, the next 24 hours is going to be $3.33 if you want it to have, right? So I just want to put that out there. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed the information, and I hope to see you again when I do my next workshop, okay? All righty. Y'all take care.